From the Ear to There Travel Studio, this is the Ear to There Disney Podcast.
The Ear to There Podcast, it's time to start the show. Be sure to hold on tight, here we go. Exploring all the different Disney destinations. Ear to There, it's time to start the fun.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ear to There Disney Podcast. Walt Disney World Word of the Week. Well, this week it is the Disneyland Word of the Week because, yes, the Word of the Week is brought to you by the letter D for Disneyland. This week I did a little something different. I was out in Disneyland, of course, for about a week. I was out there for the D23 Expo, of course, and just to spend some time in the parks with my family. We had a blast. It was such a great trip. One of the best Disney trips we've ever taken. If not the best, we said it a lot, was this the best trip we've taken. It was really, really up there and really close. Anyway, I was thinking of what kind of word of the week to do, and I just decided, listen, I'm going to just hit record on my little microphone recorder that I have, and I'm just going to walk around and tell you what I see and let you experience kind of the park with me as I walked around. I hope it feels like you're there with me. I hope you can pick up on my excitement level. It was crazy. It was such a great week. I was so excited to be there every day. And like I said before, and I've said it a million times on the show, Disneyland's Main Street USA is literally my favorite place on this planet. It is. So I spend a lot of time there when I'm in Disneyland. I spend a good amount of time there on this Word of the Week episode. So I really hope you enjoy it. The next voice you hear from is going to be me inside of Disneyland. Enjoy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ear to There Disney Podcast, Walt Disney World Word of the Week. You might hear it in the background. Just imagine where I am. I'm standing on the second floor of the Main Street train station here in Disneyland. It is late August 2019. I walk over to my left, look down at the ground below. I see Goofy fishing, basically, with some, you might be able to hear them cheering in the background, fishing with some guests. Of course, they don't have fishing rods. Just kind of having fun. There's a long line for Goofy here. It's not a very crowded day here in Disneyland as I walk down the steps of the train station down into Town Square. I love this place. It's my favorite place. I think I've said it on the podcast a bunch. Main Street USA in Disneyland is my favorite place on the planet. It's true. I'm walking towards the flagpole across the street here in Town Square, walking right at Mickey Mouse in his tuxedo, red pants, black shoes, white buttons, white shirt, black coat, yellow bow tie, of course. Looking down Main Street, I'm across from Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, and across from City Hall right at the beginning of Town Square with the flagpole right in front of me, and Mickey Mouse meeting a little girl with a pink, it looks like the rose gold, actually, the rose gold mini ears. You can't beat this. I've been here for almost a week with my family, just kind of hanging around. I was going to walk down. This isn't a full episode. This is a Word of the Week. I don't even know if I said what the word is, and I'm going to say the word is just Disneyland. This is just a Disneyland episode, a Disneyland, let's say a glimpse into what it's like here in Disneyland on a late August day. And I just absolutely love it. We were here all day with the kids, Amy and I. They went across the street to Disney California Adventure, and I'm here because I figured I'd record a little bit. I actually tried to do a Facebook Live, but my phone needs to be replaced. I broke it a while ago, and I had its screen replaced, and I go Facebook Live for 3 minutes, and it overheats. So it overheated, it started going crazy, I had to shut it down. So if you were listening to this week, and you were on Facebook Live with me on Tuesday around 6 p.m., I apologize. I'm lying, 6:30 p.m., I apologize. My phone overheated. So I'm sitting here watching Mickey give a little kid a high five, taking pictures with the photographers. It's amazing. So let's walk down Main Street a little bit as I'm passing Goofy again in Town Square. Walking past City Hall here, you can hear the music playing. You can hear the Jungle Cruise gunshots. If you listen to my review of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, you heard the gunshots from the Jungle Cruise the entire time. That's what that was, again. Because you don't know, right beyond Disneyland City Hall, right behind it, and behind Walt Disney's apartment over the fire department is the Jungle Cruise. It's literally right behind it. It's crazy how close everything is here. Outside the Disney Showcase, right at the start of Main Street USA, Minnie Mouse is meeting. She has a pretty short line. And outside Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, there's Pluto and Donald Duck meeting. Of course, right now, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln is still there in the Opera House. But there's also the 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion display inside there as well. Walking past on my right on Main Street USA. My left is the Emporium. My right is the Main Street Magic Shop. Of course, if you're a Walt Disney World fan, you may remember that there hasn't been a magic shop in quite some time. It's still alive and kicking here in Disneyland. And a Crystal Arcade's coming up on my left with the Main Street Cinema on my right. Let's duck inside. I'm going to duck inside the Main Street Cinema for a minute so you can hear the inside of that. Of course, I'm passing Tilly at the main entrance. She's the mannequin ticket taker from Marceline, Missouri. I want to stop talking for a minute.
I know, but Anthony wants to watch. I know, I will. 4 minutes left,
okay? Just walking through all the Mickey cartoons. I can see Plain Crazy on one side. No Steamboat Willie in here right now. Plain Crazy looks like maybe the Galloping Gaucho. There's one where Mickey's trying to cram Pete, who's very large, into the back of a car. I don't know which one that is. I'm going to walk back out onto Main Street. Here we are back out on the Main Street USA, passing of course, the Disneyland Casting Agency door, which is the nod to Disneyland cast members. It says open since '55 at Disneyland Casting Agency. It takes people to make the dream a reality. Walter Elias Disney, founder and director. How do you say that? Emeritus? I don't know how to say that. Did not major in English, and I can't say very simple words well. All right, walking down, of course, passing the Crystal Arcade, the Fortuosity Shop, Starbucks, and the Main Street Market House on the right-hand side. Of course, the little side street. What is this street? I forget the name of it. This Center Street? I don't know what the name of it is here. If it is here. I know Magic Kingdom is Center Street. Just coming down to see Bob Guerre's window here. I believe it is Center Street in the Hotel Marceline. Walk down Main Street a little bit more, coming back out off the side street. See Carnation Cafe. Of course, the home of awesome fried pickles. If you guys are ever here, go get a reservation there, or just kind of walk up at an off time for lunch and dinner. Try the fried pickles. They're awesome. Let's see the Disney Clothiers, the Castle Brothers shop, the Gibson Girl Ice Cream Parlor, of course, where we've been with the kids 5 or 6 times this trip. The Penny Arcade that still has some of the old Penny Arcade machines in it. Also, I forget the name of the machine in the back that Walt Disney found in 1954. It's like the big music. You correct me if you know what it is. It's a giant music machine that kind of mimics a band. It's been there since 1954. Walt found it, and it plays music. It's very cool. At the end of Main Street, of course, Refreshment Corner, otherwise known as Coke Corner, and the Main Street Photo Supply Company, which is just another shop these days. Not a whole lot of photo stuff going on in there any longer. Jolly Holiday. See, I can't. Speaking is a challenge for me. Bakery on the left with the yellow and white umbrellas, and of course, the Plaza Inn, formerly the Red Wagon Inn from the 50s and 60s, changed to the Plaza Inn in the 60s. It's been that ever since. Home of the famous fried chicken for lunch and dinner. And you can get a really cool character breakfast there with Minnie and Goofy in them for, well, breakfast. I can see the Matterhorn off to the right. Oh, so they're taking out the French fry rocks in front of Tomorrowland. There were these giant rocks, golden rocks, that look like French fries. They kind of took up way too much area here on Main Street, USA. They're being removed. I believe it's called Project Stardust. That's the edition of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So they're removing those to make it a lot clearer to walk into Main Street USA these days. Because right now it's tough. I mean, not Main Street USA, I'm sorry, Tomorrowland from Main Street USA. Because it's tough. And the Disneyland band is playing in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle, and it's super quiet right now. So I am very self-conscious, talking to myself into a little box in my hands. Everybody's staring at me. Nothing to see here. We're going to walk up and check out the band for a minute. You can hear it. Sounds like Let It Go. Let it go! Don't hold it back anymore! That wasn't me singing, that was a singer out here. She was not very good. So over to the left of Sleeping Beauty Castle is a little Royal Theater. And that shows a Rapunzel show that we saw the other day with the kids. It was excellent. Really funny. Little tiny theater, live piano player. Used to be what the heck used to be over here? The Plaza Gardens, I believe. But it's a converted little theater. Really, really cute Rapunzel show. The kids got a kick out of it. Amy and I got a kick out of it. It was really funny. Of course, I've mentioned this on the podcast a bunch. But I'm walking into Frontierland from the hub. Of course, you can't walk to Frontierland from the hub in Magic Kingdom, but you can here in Disneyland. It's one of the many differences. I've noticed even more this week, more than anything else, just the subtle differences of Magic Kingdom and between Magic... Whoa, almost tripped. Live on the podcast. My ankle just gave out as I was walking past the Frontierland entrance and I almost fell. That would have been an awesome clip with me throwing the recorder across the hub here at Disneyland. I'm right inside Frontierland now. I can see the Shooting Exposition, Westward Ho Trading Company. You might be able to hear the Mark Twain in the background. Big Thunder Mountain, Rancho del Zocalo Restaurante. Mexican food, it's awesome. What I was saying is, I've come to appreciate the little subtle differences between the two parks, Magic Kingdom and Disneyland Park. The differences are there's some really, really big ones, and then there's some tiny ones that you don't even notice until you've been here a bunch. I think I've been here 3 times in the last year. So that's a lot for me from coming from Pennsylvania. Oh, speaking of, yesterday we wanted to add another day to our passes, and it made sense to upgrade to annual passes. So we are now, my family is now annual pass holders in both Walt Disney World and Disneyland. That's a little insane. So I'm going back out of Adventureland, passing the Enchanted Tiki Room and the Dole Juice Bar, of course, where they sell the Dole Whips, which my kids just had maybe a half hour ago, while we sat inside and enjoyed the Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room show. You can probably hear it. Let me walk in so you can hear a little bit. You can hear the pre-show. I just walked into the pre-show here. You can hear a little bit of it. You can hear that was Maui, the tiki outside. He fills up this little cup, and then it spills over when it's too full. And that's what's going on out here. It says, Maui, who roped the playful sun. Through his special mystic powers, he made his sun keep regular hours. Maui tells us time to go. Time for a wondrous tiki show. And that's what Maui says. And this was well before. I think that was... I know Rolly Crump designed all the tikis out here in the little courtyard for the Tiki Room. He designed them. He didn't write the text, but he did design them, so it's pretty cool to come and see them. I think I said on the podcast before, when he did the molds for them, he was trying to do them inside the Disney studio, and it was, or maybe I guess at that point it was Imagineering over in Glendale. And it was too cold inside from the air conditioning. They kept freezing. And the clay wouldn't be pliable, so we couldn't mold it anymore. So we took the molds outside, the cafeteria at Walt Disney Imagineering, and they would be in the sun, and the clay would stay kind of pliable. And he used a spork and other utensils to kind of make them. So that's very cool. I'm walking around the Enchanted Tiki Room. Oh, by the way, why does the Enchanted Tiki Room have restrooms? The only Disney attraction, domestic Disney attraction, that have restrooms. Why? Because, again, mentioned the show before, but it's worth mentioning that it was going to be a restaurant. But after Walt saw the show, he said it was too good to be a restaurant, so they made it an attraction, charged guests to come inside, but the restrooms stayed and they're still here. Also, the middle of the Tiki Room, where the menus and forks and chops would have been, is still used for storage at the Tiki Room show. And now I'm over at the Tropical Hideaway. This, of course, is behind the Tiki Room. It's new within the last year. If you ever listen to the Tiki Room show and they mentioned Rosita and they asked where Rosita went, you can find her here at this little outdoor counter service restaurant, the Tropical Hideaway here in Disneyland. They actually have a Rosita that sits over by the Jungle Cruise on the river, and we'll talk to guests as they eat. It's very cool. This place has things like the Catch of the Day, and they have the bow. I tease my kids because I say bow, 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 blah, blah. Anyway, they love that, but they sell the bow, 2 different kinds. I think it's chicken and beef bows. I've been told, get the spicy sauce with the bow. It's worth it. It's extra. It's like 50 cents extra for the sauce, which is a little bit nickel and dime, and I have to admit, but you should get it when you're here. I'm coming upon a menu now. Skipper specials here at the Tropical Hideaway. It says, welcome to the Tropical Hideaway Dole Whip. Your choice of pineapple, orange, or raspberry. They have the Dole Whip float, the loaded Dole Whip, which is orange, pineapple, swirl whip with exotic fruit and crystallized hibiscus. That's a flower, right? No thanks. I'm not eating flour. Been tricked into that before. The bow. Choose from lime chicken. Oh, they have vegetable too. That's why I didn't know that. For my vegetarian friends, they have the spiced vegetable bow or the bulgogi, I don't know how to say it, beef bow. And I've been told to get the sauce with those. Also the sweet, I don't know how to say this, lumpia. It's cream cheese, dole, pineapple, served with pineapple dipping sauces. And that's it. That's what you're getting at the Tropical Hideaway. Not a big menu, but I've had the bow. I've, of course, had a Dole Whip. Very, very good. I'm in Adventureland, and well over the 12 to 15 minute mark that I usually do for the words of the week. But I'm going to walk out of here. So I might just I'm walking out of Disneyland and heading over to California Adventure. So why don't you walk with me? I mean, I've been talking to myself this long. Might as well keep doing it. As the people look at me like I'm crazy. And of course, they've widened the entrance into Adventureland here. They put up a new sign. The old sign was too small for the new widened entryway, so they widened it. It looks the same to me. People were really worried about the Adventureland sign going away. It looks very, very, very similar. I bet if you hadn't been to Disneyland in a few years, you wouldn't, and weren't told, you wouldn't even you wouldn't even realize that it was a different sign. It was widened. But you know how Disneyland pass holders like myself are. Oh, we're very particular to our park here. So again, I'm passing the Jolly Holiday, where you can get stuff like sandwiches, like deli sandwiches, some hot sandwiches, bakery stuff, salads, quiche, pastries, specialty coffee, those kinds of things. Not a quiche guy, and I do like quiche. When I walked up earlier, I forgot to mention, I said the Photo Supply Company and the Plaza Inn, but I passed right over the Little Red Wagon, which is, of course, where you get the famous Disneyland corn dogs. And they are awesome. But did you know also at Corn Dog Castle over in DCA, they are the same exact corn dogs. Yes, that's true. People here will tell you it's not. They're crazy. It's the same. I have it on good authority. It's the same. And refreshment Coke corner over here. We got a hot dog from here the other day. It was hold on, let me go in and look and see if they still have it. Hold on one second. I'm inside now. Just going to look at the name of it. It is, I'm sorry. I'm just recording. I'm just talking to myself. Sorry. It's the Firefly hot dog, and it's a foot-long hot dog. I'm just confusing the poor cast members in Refreshment Corner. It's a foot-long all-beef hot dog topped with chili, cheese, Fritos, and pickled jalapenos. Listen, I'm going on a diet as soon as I get home. I got to lose the non-running weight, but man, was that thing awesome. I don't care. That was good. And no, I don't let my kids have hot dogs at home. Just me and a dog. That's it. But on vacation, man, anything goes. There's no such thing as a rule. Zoe, I hate to say this twins, but one of my daughters, my younger daughter, Zoe, who is actually a twin, wanted potato chips for breakfast today. Again, it's our last day here in Disneyland. And I said, no, but eat your cake pop from Starbucks first. Then you can have potato chips. Listen, at home it's fruit, it's cereal, it's oatmeal. Here, man, you want potato chips in the morning? I don't care. Be a kid, live a little bit. Headed back to Town Square. Wow. Feels like it's a lot faster leaving. Doesn't it feel like that always? When you're walking out of the park, it takes a lot longer. There's a lot faster to leave than it is to walk in. I mean, it was like a second. But I see Goofy meeting at Town Square again. He's like right by the flagpole here. And then just a little while, they're going to do the flag retreat ceremony, where, of course, they have a member of the active military or retired member of the armed services help lower the flag, and they fold it. It's pretty cool. They had the Disneyland band come and do that. So they do that every day. Here they do it in Magic Kingdom as well. So it's cool that you can come and see that every day. So we're passing City Hall again. It's here. Then I'm going to leave you, and we are going to leave Disneyland. I know, it's very sad. I don't want to leave tomorrow. I'm sure you don't want to stop hearing the sights and sounds of Disneyland on this episode. But it's time. So until next time, thank you so much for listening. Have a phenomenal week. I'll catch you next week. From Disneyland, Groundlick out.
Ear to there, ear to there.